The silliest geese in modern metal are back. Vianova. We had Alex on the Metal Roundup podcast, and that man is just a fucking legend. So entertaining to listen to. The whole shebang. These guys are absolutely killing it from a musical standpoint, which is the main thing, but also they have that, like, they have the fucking sauce as well, you know? It's not just this run-of-the-mill modern metalcore band that are just doing and looking the same as everyone else. They have their own swagger that doesn't feel derived from anything else. Maybe like movie influences, but it doesn't feel like they're trying to do a thing that another band in the scene has done, for example. Musically, very unique as well. They're just blurring the lines between this industrial, like, Berlin sound, real, like, EDM slash metal. It's just fucking cool. The Germans are really shining with creativity and, I guess, innovation in modern metal. Like, there's so many different bands. Obviously, we have the earliest example of Rammstein with just blending these weird subgenres within metal and then also in the industrial, like, EDM space as well. So Germany definitely at the cutting edge of just being complete freaks, to be honest. But Vianova are back. New song is called, I mean, like, what a perfect segue. The new song is called Oh Yeah Yeah. Oh Yeah Yeah. If we get some kind of a call out that says oh yeah yeah, I mean, well, I don't even know. I don't know what we're gonna get, but Vianova, let's go. Okay. Do not be fooled. This is gonna be stupidly heavy, I just know it. The vibe again, it's so good. Okay, there's the oh yeah yeah. That's not Alex, right? No. Man, they've got like the 80s synths and everything down. It's just so pretty and bright. Look at the swag. Oh no. Little apple before the set. The space. Always the space. That's different. Okay. The shoe shining. The groove switches, man. So pretty. There is so much going on in this mix. Panning, bends. I can't tell if we're like in it right now or we're still building. Oh my fuck. What is going on? Oh, that I was wondering. I was like, why do the members look different? Literally not the members. Do I have a moment to have a sip of this? This is a mental song. The two different types of vocals, like the room mic and then the really in your ear. Jesus! Okay, right, we're just pulling out all the stops in this one. Oh my God, Alex! Bro, I don't think I've ever heard a mix like that. I know, like, there's a bit of a loudness war going on in modern metal for sure, and a mix war going on, but I don't think I've ever heard a mix like that. And that's saying a lot. Like, I've heard a lot of the modern Thal stuff, Buster Out-of-Home-esque stuff going on, but the guitar tone in that was like vibrating my ears. I need to hear this song again. That's too much to unpack and just like delve into on a first listen and really get into the meat and potatoes of that song, because there's just so much happening. I mean, if there was ever a video that required more than one play in the video itself, I think I need to listen to this again, and we'll go through it piece by piece and I'll give my thoughts as we go, because that had so much layering, so much going on, so much detail, so much brightness in parts, so much darkness in parts. Some of the vocals, it sounds like maybe there was different microphones used at some point. I don't fully know for the vocals, but there was some like isolated vocals that it literally sounded like Alex was in my ears, and then the guitars were really up front in some of the parts as well. It was a lot happening. Let's listen to this again, and I'll just go through it piece by piece, and maybe we'll just discuss and break down certain moments that I found interesting, because that was a lot. I actually don't even know how much I enjoy that song compared to whatever I write, because of how much there was happening in it. There was definitely some brilliant moments in it, as there always is with Vianova. They're so creative. But it's one of those songs that is just such a mindfuck that I actually need more than one listen to actually figure out whether or not I enjoy it, or if it was just a fun for a reaction. So we'll see. So again, they start with this, oh man, it's such a nostalgic, cool, like unique take that they have on all their music videos. The way it's graded, it's just old school looking. But then the music is so modern, which is this cool like juxtaposition. So this is not Alex. I seen in the comments that Vianova said, shout out to Ofundem, who was not in the video unfortunately, but for blessing the intro with her amazing voice right before our deadline. Okay, so that's interesting. That voice does add a nice textured layer. I can imagine this without the voice. It maybe doesn't have the same like level of anticipation, because you know these guys are wacky, they're weird. So having that like vocal layer, one is like, okay, I don't know who this is, unless Alex has just somehow completely transformed his voice and has, you know, more tools in his arsenal than I already anticipated, and he's able to pull off vocals like that. But obviously it is not Alex. But that just adds a nice, you know, another layer of texture into a song that is not missing any, or is not lacking in the layer department. Like, this is definitely the most chill part of the song, and it doesn't really let up from this point onwards. That's Vianova. Like, that is one of the trademark things that they do, is just that open space. But it's not just space to let the instrumentals breathe. They fill it with like these beautiful, like, not necessarily always beautiful, but there's always something bright or just different going on. And it's just that difference, that is just what makes this band so fucking special to me as well. And what like really separates good bands from great bands is when there's just not a second in a song that it feels hollow. Like, just adding those like sparkly detailed layers makes a song feel so full. When people talk about like hollow feeling songs, I think that can be something that, you know, might be hard to even describe. Even when you say it, sometimes things can just feel hollow, but it'd be hard to put your finger on what it actually is. To me, hollow songs, one can be obviously lyrically, if they just feel hollow, it doesn't actually feel like they're talking about anything. But like mainly I think the hollowness comes from if there is space between the guitars, which is great. I don't like these big walls of sound and these big, like, you know, just dense bars of noise. But on the flip side, it can become quite hollow if you have like chuggy guitars, and these guys meme themselves all the time for being like a one-string band, which isn't necessarily the case, but they do play into that a little bit, because obviously some of their heavier moments are just chug, 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 chug. But within those moments of space, they have this beautiful production and, you know, just this brightness that makes it feel not hollow, like what I'm describing here. So much detail with the guitars. So yeah, we start off with like the production that I'm talking about. That bright production is prominent from the start when the guitars and the instruments come in and stuff like that, but it stays there despite the tempo of the song and the intensity. All the instruments actually coming in, and it's really heavy, and like Alex is screaming over it, so it still feels so full. But it's this weird like uneasiness that comes with it as well, because you can hear all of the band is in and Alex is screaming, but that like glassy, like bright production, that sparkly production is still there. So it almost implies that there's something else that's going to happen. And then we get the beat switch where it switches up into a different like flow, and that's when the production drops out. So it does imply that there's something that's about to change all the time. That's how I interpret it anyway. I don't know if that's like how they're planning it out, but that's when I hear this on a first listen. And that's why it's so jarring or weird to listen to on a first time, because you hear that like bright production that's in the like the glue of all of the other instruments that's going on, and it doesn't feel right because everything is so heavy and they're screaming, but then there's this like bright production in the middle of all of it. So your brain almost naturally thinks that, okay, this is not the final destination of this moment. So then we switch into the next part, and then the production fades out or cuts out completely. The switch ups every time though. Again, comes back in. That really reminds me of a fucking... This guy looks like Bogdan, by the way. Anyone else see that? I've seen him a few times now, and it's Bogdan that he reminds me of. It almost sounds like a DJ playing this. You know when DJs are like mixing and they are going back and forth between tracks? It's like... Like when they're literally like... You ever see these people playing like boiler rooms and shit where they're like... Not like dicks... Let's say disc scratching. But when they actually have the different tracks, the volume levels, like switching between different tracks, and it kind of creates this almost like tremolo, like flanger kind of thing. That's what that sounds like in my left ear, my right ear, going back and forth between the two with the production elements. Dick scratching. Full metal riff. This part is sick. This is Vianova shining. It's them at their best. I don't know if this is just a part of the video or if this is actually in the Spotify version. I'll have to listen to it on Spotify. I'm guessing this is all part of it. That would be such an edgy thing to do, to just pull it out like that in the Spotify version as well. It's almost like annoying that they've pulled it out. Maybe it's just a video thing. This is also very Vianova with the room vocals. Oh my god. Jesus. That distortion, man. It's like clipping. But again, they just find a way to make it work. That's going to be a lot more fun on the album, I think. There's no announcement of an album yet officially. I don't know when the lads are planning on doing it or what the story is with an album. But I think they're overdue one at this point. Like, this album is set up to be fucking fantastic. Like, I'm assuming it will have whatever, alright, Melancholic, Ooh Ya Ya, Wheel of Fortune, and Más Rápido, which are all, in their own right, fantastic fucking songs. These guys are definitely blowing up in the modern metal space. I don't even know if you could call them metalcore at this point. They just have such a unique flair. Brilliant band. Very excited for whatever is to come next. I mean, that's 5 singles now, I'm assuming, off of the next album or the album. So, I mean, surely it's got to be an announcement soon. I don't know. Lads, let us know. When is the album coming? That'll be a very exciting one to check out. Definitely a contender for album of the year if it does end up dropping in 2025. But that's all for me. Let me know what you thought of Oh Yeah Yeah by Vianova. Very enjoyable stuff. These guys are fucking nuts. Crazy. I don't even know how much I love that song, to be honest. It was just wild. A fun song to react to. I'll have to hear it in the context of the album. It's a lot. It's very wacky. It's fun. It's like a... It feels like a kind of good example to show someone to really highlight what modern metal is all about. To me, in my opinion. Where modern metal is going, this feels like the perfect kind of trademark song to show someone who maybe is just looking to dip their toes into modern metal. Be like, okay, well, look, I hope you're ready for this kind of shit. This is on the cutting edge for sure. But how much I love it on first and second listen, not entirely sure. It's so wacky, it's so proggy, but unique as always. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. See you in the next one. Cheers.